Giorgio Minisini, welcome to Dive Beyond Sport. Thank you very much for joining us, first of all.
Hi, Freddie, Iona. Thanks to you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here.
So what do you think people can do to find something similar? If someone is struggling for greater purpose, greater meaning, what do you think, how can they find their Ariana?
I was lucky. I was lucky, of course, because Ariana came to me. What I can tell is something that works is to be open to opportunities. Like, I wasn't sure when I started working with Ariana because I wasn't prepared. I wasn't a professional in dealing with people with this cognitive disability. I was like, what if I mess her up? And okay, nobody's ready, but you can ask people for support. So be open to opportunities, and if you don't feel secure, ask for support. This is something that is good because sometimes people have more fear to failure than everybody has fear to failure. But sometimes people let this fear stops them. So first thing I would say is failure happens. I did sometimes, sometimes the relationships and what you do at work is not right. But if you don't work for that, if you don't do something for the fear of being wrong, you don't do anything. So, of course, in general, this is like a rule of thumb: be open to opportunities and don't be afraid of failings. Something that I think about sport. Well, you were talking about the paradox of the gold medal and then low mood. I think that this is something that happens when you grow up, because what is a medal? When you're young and you win your medal, you get your gold medal. For a child, this is I am the best. So why is happy? Of course, it's a piece of metal, a metal. It's just a piece of metal. But the child in that piece of metal see I am the best. But what happens next? There's another competition, and that after in that competition you're not the best anymore. And you go to school, and in the school there's someone that's better than you in different, courses. And this is life. You always meet someone that's better at than you at something. And sport, when you do sport, you are surrounded of people that believes that what you're doing is the most important thing in the world. So if you win the gold medal, you won the most important thing in the world. So you are the best in the world. But then the day after, you go to school or whatever, and you see people and they're better than you at something. So I'm not the best in the world. So if you leave that, it means that you're ready to grow up. Like, okay, this is a cool medal, but I'm not the best in the world because I want that. And this is just, growing up. If actually people are happier if they don't grow up, because I won the medal, I'm the best in the world. Yeah, you are a scientist, but I won the medal, I'm the best in the world. So that's easier life. But I mean, life is also about growing up and getting mature and realizing that a lot of people are better than you in a lot of stuff, but you still can get better in everything. Like you still can learn new stuff. You still can, and when you're an athlete, you do something, you want it to do it at your best. So I'm studying, I want to do the best study in the world, but yes, it's not necessary. So I would say also that it's not necessary to win gold medals in every single sector of your life, because again, winning that gold medal will not make you the best in the world in everything. So just trying to be the best version of yourself without chasing that ideal that you lived when you were a child, because you're not a child anymore. So that feeling of being the best in the world, you can leave it if you're a child. But when you grow up, it's okay not to leave it anymore. It's like, okay, I'm mature, I'm good at this. Someone else is better than me. but I still can get better.
All of that being said, you have been literally the best in the world on 4 separate occasions. Which
You know, it happened like it happened to me, yes.
Yes.
It was a nice feeling. But again, the next World Championship, in Singapore, now
Yeah.
I was the world champion in charge until Singapore, and now you have other world championship in charge. That means I'm not, I don't have any value anymore because I'm not a world champion in charge. Of course not. It just mean that in 2024 I was, now it's someone else. Next year, next 2 years will be someone else again. But this doesn't change what I can do now. I still can learn a lot of stuff. I still can live a lot of new experiences and get opportunities and do good to people I want to do good. You know, I still can do what I want without the need to be all the time the world champion in charge.
Yeah, and that's absolutely 100% true, 100% correct, and a great perspective as well. But you know, you face so many challenges, so many roadblocks throughout your career. You wanted to prove these people wrong. You maintained such a excellent approach to training, obviously to stay in the top of the world when you finally got your opportunity. Take us into that moment. What was that moment like when you finally got your opportunity to compete at World Championships? What was that experience like when you finally got the chance to compete solo and then you went on to actually win a world title? What was that like for you, summing up the entire journey that you've been on?
Yeah, it was the first World Championships. I think it's very difficult to explain it because again, that happened when I was ready for it to not to happen. I started at 6, and I was 18, and nothing has changed at that time in 2014. So I was like, okay, now I'm 18. I need to find my way. So maybe this story will end like this. Like I tried, I didn't make it. It didn't happen, and I'm sorry. So sad. Let's see what's next. And then it happened. So it was like I was ready for it not to happen, and then it happened. So it was surreal. It was surreal. And Bill was there. So it was like, you know, all the journey, and it was just very amazing. But of course, the second after, I was thinking, okay, but now I want a medal, at least a medal. Like this is the first World Championships. It's so good. I want a medal because, of course, this is why we were athletes. The starting point was that. If we didn't have that, we weren't training all the hours with it. So of course, this was the starting point, and I would say that I lived a very nice experience at those World Championships because it was historical, and now I'm much more proud. I'm much more proud now than I was at the time, because at the time it was like, yes, but I want to be better. I want to bronze. I want to win the gold, and blah blah blah. So I wasn't that proud at the time. I am more proud now, but what really made sense, it has been when other athletes started doing the sport. So like for Ariana and my gold medals, all my journey made sense when other boys started doing artistic swimming, and when I saw them doing in a different way. So for me, it's really, what makes me happy is the direction we are getting, and what made those World Championships really important. And it has been when other guys starting doing the sport, and this was our first step, and now other people are joining. This is so special for me and for all my generation.
That's so nice because it makes me think about some of my experiences with Chica. So Chica, my partner, but obviously Giorgio, you met her in Singapore. But we've been
of course.
We've been obviously in Japan a few times, and so we've been to visit her kind of local club team a few times since being there, and there's a handful of guys in that club, and the first time I saw it, I'll be honest, I was quite surprised because there was 3 boys, I think, and we went to just go and mess around with them, and and then I got in the pool, and they were making me try stuff, and I was just drowning, and it was really, it was they made me I had to put one ballet leg. I had to put one leg up, and then they made me swim 25 meters with like kind of like this. I'm sorry
that's
for
a
the
lot.
video, but man,
What? 25 meters like that?
Yeah.
I can't do 25 meters just front crawl.
man, then you've got no hope, Yona. I'm telling you, because this was nuts. And this is with this
I
is with
sink anyway. I'm not made for autistic swimming.
but this is after like years of Chica trying to teach me, and but honestly, I mean, obviously massive respect, but what I just thought it just really stood out to me with what you're saying, Giorgio, about your journey making sense when you're seeing all of these other guys taking part and being able to compete, and so it's really cool for me to hear you say that, and then imagine some of these younger athletes that I've seen with my own eyes, who are very close to Chica and her experience, and to see them do a sport that they love, and then also have seen their progress over the couple of years that I've been visiting Japan now, and Chica shown me videos sometimes, and she like can't believe like how much better they are, and the guys are growing older and they just seem so comfortable, and they're having a great time and they love it, and hearing what you're saying, and like just feeling that you will have had impact on that, and how that sort of made your journey, again, given your journey meaning and value, is really cool. It's really profound, actually.
Yeah, I mean, that's it makes me happy. I learned in the time not to be bounded to that, because of course I recognize all the stuff I did, all the work, so I am proud for. If there was any boy in the world, I would have been sad, but still my work had the same value. But of course, I'm happier because people are there. So the same we were saying before, you can be happy for mastery and happier for winning, little less happier for losing, but still happy for mastery. And now I did both mastery and also winning because of the guys swimming. What you were saying is right. When the most difficult thing of getting over stereotypes and prejudice is to start. So the first person has inside himself all the beliefs, and when you got the first man doing something or the first female doing something that she shouldn't supposed to do, then the rest is much easier. So yes, and boys, now that they can compete one against each other, we are very competitive. Boys are always trying to beat one each other. So yeah, and that's very positive, because they will be better and better and better, and that's very positive for the sport, because what I always makes me wondering, it was like, why this sport wants half of the population to be cut out. Like, I mean, sports, they live on popularity and people following and cheering, and if you just take half of the population and put it away, this makes no sense. So this is good for the sport, to have more boys, to have more participation, because you have 4 billion people more to let in. And I mean, I see no counter points on that.
So based on that, from your perspective and based on your experience, why should young men consider artistic swimming if they have a choice of sports like you did, but they don't have the family to kind of guide them in that direction? Why should they choose artistic swimming?
I would say that they should choose it if they're interested in it. Like, if you find it curious, interesting, you want to try, now you can. And it's as I said before, being open to opportunities and being open to try new stuff and to do mistakes and everything else, this is key in order to understand yourself and to find good stuff in the world. So of course, if you're interested in it, you can try it now, and clubs are looking for that. And so it's just an opportunity more. It's just one more choice that you can do. So I would say that it's, sports are all different, but they are all the same. Like, sport, it's something that stresses you all the day, every day. It lets you face stress in order to be ready for a much greater stress. What changes is the shape of the activity, but try every sport you find interesting. And if it happens to be artistic swimming, try it because you can, just because you can.
I mean, that's actually
Love
one.
that being because you can. Fred, go ahead.
Yeah, I just, again, like through my relationship with Chica, one thing that really clicked with me was the creativity of artistic swimming. And you mentioned that earlier, Giorgio, but that's something that we don't really face in diving. There's creativity in everything. Obviously, even down to the way you potentially move your body could be creative. But obviously, on a more obvious level, you're using music and creating your own routines and building that and seeing, we might be like walking along and just we hear some music and Chica's like, oh, I swam to this song, like I made a routine to this, and then so she has that connection with that, and I thought like that's something really beautiful. And I kind of thought, yeah, like that's, especially as I got into more of the artistic side by doing shows, I thought, that's something that maybe I've not tapped into, that I would have liked to have tapped into more as a diver specifically.
No, yeah, I mean, all my life, and it still happens to me time to time, that you are driving, listening to the radio, maybe to Spotify or whatever, and you heard a song and you start imagining movements on the song, and that's a very interesting part. If you're swimming solo, it's like, this moves me. I want to tell a story with this music, and it still happens now. And all the time, I think like, I don't need that. Stop! I don't need to get in the water again. But it's like, automatism. So now that's a part in other sports you don't have. But of course, again, every sport has its cool stuff and unique stuff. So if you like music and you are interested in something new, and if you want to swim inside a lot of girls for every reason, this is a very interesting sport.
That's the selling point.
I think you've just got a lot of new artistic
It was
swimmers,
also thoughtful.
Giorgio. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the secret, straight away. Easy.
I mean, it's a fact.
I mean, that's hilarious.
Oh, amazing.
Freddie, I was also gonna say that like Chica's kind of response to certain songs that she might have swam to is the opposite to my response to songs that I've maybe heard related to artistic swimming, because of the like tapping that we used to hear, because we used to train with the artistic swimmers behind, and they'd throw out the music, and then the coach would be tapping on the railing, and we used to absolutely hate it. So there's probably songs where I might hear it and I remember the tapping, and I think the opposite of what Chica thinks. But otherwise, great sport. Love watching artistic swimming.
That's a great point. The way Chica can clap under the water is nuts. Like, she can do that with her hands, and I try and clap underwater, and there's no noise, but she can like do it somehow, and it's like bang.
Yeah, we use this because it makes a lot of noise, and it's cool. It's cool. You can try.
It's very impressive. I've never known that before.
Crazy.
I think the last thing that I'd love to know from you, Giorgio, being someone that is not keeping up with current affairs in artistic swimming, you know, I follow that a little bit. I see what happens. Obviously, being in the aquatics world, I see bits. But what I don't know is what the state of play is for LA 2028. Is there going to be male only competitions, or is it going to be the same format as Paris where males can be included? And if so, do you think there will be male artistic swimmers there?
So this is the long story short. In 2015 we had mixed duet, so men could compete in mixed duet, and till 2023 it was only mixed duet. So it is a fact that only one coach out of 10 has worked with men. So the problem in Paris was that many coaches never worked with a man, and you know, they were going to the Olympics and everything else, and it was like, we can work on that, we can work on that, we can work on that. We have no time, we don't work on that. Next time we will do it. And right now is kind of the same situation, because of course, men are getting in. So now 3 coaches out of 10 have experience with men. But of course, all these coaches have 10, 20 years of experience coaching women athletes and 2, 3 years of experience coaching Megan athlete. So I think that watching it from outside, because right now I'm not coaching a club, I'm not coaching a national team, you know, I'm focusing on studying and doing consultants. So I can look the sport with an insider view, but also from an outsider point of view. And what I see is that men are ready. The athletes that are swimming now, they are way, way more ready than everybody in the sport thinks they are. So it's just what I was stating before. The most difficult part is the first move, the first team to do it, the first coach to have the bravery to expose to a risk, that it will be rewarding because they are ready. And artistically, when you watch a mixed event, it's very difficult to come back. When you watch the Spain mixed team, Mexico mixed team, Kazakh, any mixed team, then it's very difficult to go back to a whole female team, as it would be difficult to watch a whole male team. Mixed events have something more in artistic sports. So I think that if coaches will be brave enough to go over, you know, this risk, they will get reward, and the stake is very high. Like right now, everybody can win a gold medal with the new rule system, and I am totally sure that we have teams that can get that medal with the man inside. So I hope it will happen, because if it will happen, then it's all a downway path. It's so easy because everybody will see it, everybody will do it, everybody will want to do it, and we will have mixed duets because everybody will see how cool it is to have mixed artistic swimming. So it's just this giant first step. But if we have someone who managed to do it, we are in. So let's see. I'm going around, you know, the world. I will go to USA, and I went to Australia. I'm trying really to spread this word and to bring videos, show people, go guys, see we are ready. And of course, as I said before, I want these athletes to have a better experience than mine. So I want them to get the Olympics. And if they will get in LA, it's done. It's literally done.
Wow. I mean, I can actually wholeheartedly say, we watched the team finals in Singapore together, actually, didn't we, Giorgio? And you mentioned Spain and Mexico.
Yeah.
And their routines were incredible. Like the combination, the energy, and you could see even the relationship with the coaches and the positivity around it was huge. And so, I mean, just through that, I can imagine exactly what you're referring to. So that's really, really exciting. And again, to me, just the fact that you've been involved in this, obviously that's caused you a lot of pain. But I look back at say me, and I just think, you know, I was way more just kind of following the crowd in a lot of ways. And so I really admire your ability to kind of just, you know, stand out and push and be involved in something where you're literally like changing the world. You know, that's so amazing. But I mean, I would just say for this main episode, Giorgio,
It's a big word.
well, but it's true in a sense, because that's the thing that we're all, you know, we're all involved in that, right? And it's a big deal. It's international competition, and you're helping change the way that is. So I mean that. But yeah, I would just say from my side now, just at the end of this as the main episode, is there just any words you'd like to say right at the end? To all the listeners.
I mean, I think we said a lot of different things. I talk to a lot of schools here in Italy, and you know, that age is when you are so worried about what everybody thinks and if you're right, if you're not right. So something that I really understood is that in the afterwards, after years and years and years, you will remember the people that stayed close to you and how did you relate with them. All the people that are against you, or the people that are calling you names, that are telling you wrong everything, all that stuff, it will fade away. It hurts. At the moment it hurts, and sometimes it will hurt, but on the long term, you will remember the close people and how you relate with them. So what I can tell is stay close to the one who stay close to you. And, you know, people are dumb. They say dumb things. They do dumb things. Don't let that dumb things to be heavy and important to you, because they are not. They will fade away. It will take time, but they will fade away. And close people will stay. So focus on that.
Wow, that's a lovely message to end on. So yeah, thank you, Giorgio. Thank you so much. I've already said, you know, big inspiration for me. I think it's amazing what you've achieved and what you are achieving, and there's so much we could have spoken about as well. And this hour has flown by. But yeah, I just wanted to really thank you from Yona and I. That is the end of this main episode. But Giorgio is going to hang around for one more dive. So if you're not on our Patreon, the link is in the show notes. So please join us there. But Giorgio, thank you so much.
Thank you guys for the opportunity.